Rust is a brutal game where every second counts. Surviving in Rust isn't about having the biggest base, and often that can work against you. With compounds only serving to help raiders offline you, for those of us who value simplicity, efficiency, and stealth, there's a different path to take. Introducing the Refuge, a compact bunker base with split loot that can be built in just a few minutes. If you're looking for the perfect blend of simplicity and security in Rust, you've come to the right place. Craving an energy boost for your gaming marathons? Discover the secret of top gamers with GamerSupps. We're so confident that you'll love it that we're literally giving it away. This means you can dive into a variety of flavors without spending a dime, or have your favorite flavor shipped to you for absolutely free. But time's ticking, so make sure to click that link down below. So as with any build, building it for the first time, it is very helpful to build it on a test server, a build server, or practice server first. But once you know what you're doing, it is a fairly easy build to slap down. We are starting with 2 low triangles, and then we're going to put our TC in the back corner like so. We're going to follow up with a raised triangle here and a raised square on this side. And then we're going to jump down here and place a low triangle. Now for this low triangle, you do want to close it in completely. Kind of makes it look like a foundation. And then we're going to place a low foundation square here. Now coming over here, we're going to do the same thing on this side, placing a low foundation and a raised foundation here. We can then just close this in. Now depending on your terrain, you may not be able to follow this up with low triangles later, so you might opt to do raised honeycomb here first for now. I personally recommend to at least use this part as a low triangle because you do want this half wall here. This side, not too important, but again, for this build purposes, we're just sticking with the half walls. Once you've got this down, you can of course actually close everything in. Now just hold off on filling out your half walls yet. Now up here we are going to be placing room for a jump up, and this is going to give us second floor expansion access later. But for now, just slap a door in it. And coming down here, we're going to add a doorway. Alternatively, you can just have this as a regular wall, or we can place it as a shop front, giving us a little bit more vision if we're being door camped. We're going to close that off with a flat ceiling and jump up here. Now part of this is to just level things off. The other part is this is going to create a nice little Dropbox room here. I like having a Dropbox storage room near my front door. It comes in handy quite often. And it's fairly easy to set up quickly, giving you quite a bit of additional storage. But it is why I recommend using a double door on this slot. Normally you would follow up a single door with another single door, but especially because of the height change, it doesn't make too much sense. It's much better to have the double door here. Coming inside, we're going to close this side right here, and we can actually just fill in the ceiling. So once you've got your door on and your Dropbox situated, obviously you probably want to decorate the rest of your base out. So let's start off with this storage room down here. Now down here, we're going to start by placing our 2 furnaces. And we're going to place them there and there. And you've got just enough room for a box in between them. Now it is very important that you make sure that you place these furnaces close to the walls as possible. That's going to give you enough room for a large box. We're going to slap our large boxes there and there, and place a triangle in the back. You should still be able to very easily loot and access everything. And then we can follow that up with 2 large boxes here, which again shouldn't get in the way. And then we're actually going to come over to this side. Now on this side, we're going to place a half wall, allowing us to do this with our shelving. And that's going to give us room for a couple more boxes. Now it is helpful to give yourself somewhere to stand on. And then obviously we're just going to put a double door or a window here. We can remove these pieces, and we can now connect to the shelf through the wall. That's going to allow us to jump up here, copying our Dropbox storage room, and getting some more boxes in. Now at this point, we can go ahead and put our final 2 double doors right here and here. And you'll notice that we left this spot open. Now that is intentional, because obviously our TC is very exposed and in a very bad way. So first, before we seal in our TC, we're gonna go ahead and place some small boxes down here. Now how many you fit will definitely depend on your layout, and you might be able to get more or less than me. I find 5 is a pretty good number. However, I should have placed this wall first. So what I am gonna do is have to pick up these boxes because, yep. And we're gonna place 2 half walls like so. Remove the bottom one and then replace my boxes because sometimes I make mistakes. Once you've got your boxes all set up, we're ready to actually seal the bunker. Now to do this, we're actually gonna be taking advantage of this low triangle we placed earlier. You see, because these are half walls, we can go ahead and grab something like this and build it right onto our square foundation. This is kind of giving us a floating frame that you can't see at all, that we can actually build a floor piece off of. At this point, all we have to do is upgrade that floor piece, and we've sealed in our TC. Now, getting into the bunker is a different story. We actually have 2 options. The first is through this doorway where we didn't place this door for a reason. And that is because if we take a triangle roof and we place it right there, it will cause instability, and break this open. Now, the problem with that is that you did obviously have to leave this socket open, meaning you can't have a door here. With the door there, you won't be able to place the triangle or the roof piece, and it just won't work. Now, if you do want the door and you don't want to leave that socket open, there is another way into this bunker. Now, coming over here, as long as you've left it as twig, you could actually break this little piece of twig sticking right here. And since this is the only exposed area, people would have to know to look for it. Now, if you are doing it the other way and you don't intend to put a doorway here, you can mitigate this being a risk factor by coming over here with your hammer and upgrading it. Now, the downside to that, in my opinion, is that it is going to create this frame piece on the floor, which can make things a little more obvious to people. In either case, for anything exposed, I do recommend in the long run that as you upgrade this base, you do upgrade those to at least sheet metal, if not high qual. But that's it. That's the base. She's pretty small, compact, with your loot fairly divided up, especially given that your TC's in one section, your main loot another, and this whole other drop section that they'd have to raid through to get. As per usual, if you guys like this base, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Until next time, have a safe wipe and peace out. Quickly before you go, don't forget that for the next 24 hours, using my link down below means you get to try Gamersupps absolutely free. After that, it'll get you 10% off any purchases, so don't forget to use my link down below and code REX.